Hello my fellow book lovers, my name is MARYSHA, a student of SMK DATO PENGGAWA TIMUR. I'm a part of the Majlis Kegiatan Dakwah Islamiyah Sekolah, or as in short, a MADIS. If there's one thing you should know about me, I live and breathe stories. Books are not just ink on paper. They are portals to different worlds, whispers of the past, and echoes of emotions so powerful they stay with us long after the final page is turned. Some books entertain, some inspire, and then there are the rare few that haunt you, creeping into your thoughts even when you least expect it. Today, I bring you one such book, a novel that doesn't just tell a ghost story, but makes you feel like you're living in one. A book where the dead do not rest, where vengeance lingers in the shadow, and where justice is delivered by unseen hands. The book I consider as my favorite, The Girl from the Well by Rinchu Baker. They say the dead tell no tales, but what if they did? The story is told through the eyes of Okiku, a ghost who has walked the earth for centuries. She was once a young girl, murdered in a brutal act of betrayal, and now she exists as a spirit of vengeance. Her purpose? To hunt and destroy those who harm children. For years, this has been Okiku's existence, an endless cycle of hunting and punishment. That is, until she encounters Tark, a 17-year-old boy who is different from any living person she has ever seen before. Tark carries a dark presence within him, something sinister that lurks beneath his skin, bound by strange tattoos covering his body. At first, Okiku simply watches him, intrigued but distant. But as she follows him, she begins to sense that something ancient and malevolent is attached to him, something that even she, a vengeful spirit, finds disturbing. Tark's life is far from normal. His mother, who dabbled in dark rituals, once tried to use him in a dangerous and forbidden ceremony. Though he survived, he has never been the same. The entity inside him is growing stronger, threatening to consume him entirely. His only support is his cousin, Kaylee, a kind and protective young woman who refuses to let him suffer alone. When strange and terrifying things start happening around Tark, he and Kaylee are forced to seek answers. Their journey takes them to Japan, where they uncover the horrifying truth about Tark's past, his mother's sinister plans, and the nature of the spirit that haunts him. As they delve deeper into ancient folklore and rituals, they realize that the entity inside Tark is far more dangerous than they ever imagined. If they cannot stop it, it will destroy him and possibly everyone around him. But they are not alone. Okiku, for a reason even she does not fully understand, chooses to intervene. She has spent centuries taking lives, but now for the first time ever, she must protect one. The journey becomes a terrifying and emotional struggle, leading to an epic confrontation where the dead and the living collide. What makes The Girl from the Well stand out is not just its supernatural horror, but its deep emotional depth and unique storytelling. Unlike typical horror novels where ghosts are simply figures of terror, Okiku is given a voice. We see the world through her eyes, cold and detached. The writing is hauntingly beautiful, making me as a reader feel as though I'm floating in between life and death. But beyond the horror and suspense, this book explores themes of trauma, justice, and identity. Okiku's story is inspired by real Japanese folklore, the legend of the Bancho Sarayashiki, the tale of a servant girl who was wronged and became a vengeful spirit. Through her, we see how pain and injustice can linger beyond death. Tark, on the other hand, represents the struggle of the living, someone who must face his own darkness before it consumes him. One of the most fascinating things about this book is its atmosphere. The descriptions of Okiku's movements are eerie yet mesmerizing. She doesn't simply walk, she floats, she shifts, she moves in ways that defy human logic. This book made me think deeply about the nature of justice and vengeance. We often fear ghosts, but what if some of them are merely seeking justice? What if they are not the ones to fear, but rather the ones they hunt? This book turned my expectations upside down, making me sympathize with a spirit I would have once considered terrifying. At the same time, it made me root for Tark, a boy who, despite his dark past, fights for his own survival and freedom. In the end, this book taught me one important lesson. Sometimes, the things we fear are not the spirits of the dead, but the darkness within the living. And sometimes, well, just sometimes, even ghosts deserve a second chance. Thank you!